Finally, the kids are out of school. Now, I don't know about your house, but in my house, the kids being on summer break means I don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning every day. And for a few months, I can sleep into the lazy hour of 7 a.m. That's nice. During this first week of no school, though, I've gotten more than 8 hours of sleep each night than I have on a weekday in the last 6 months. And it's amazing how much better you feel when you get that elusive recommended amount of sleep. Also amazing is how much nicer my kids are when they've gotten their recommended amount of sleep. As a parent of 3 boys, I can tell you that while I'm very happy that they've all completed another grade level, we're now facing the never-ending saga of trying to keep them busy while I work. You see, Michael is kindergarten bound and has started summer basketball at the YMCA. And Ridley, who's middle school bound, is simply spending his time celebrating the fact that school is over and he doesn't have to attend it. Gates will be starting high school in the fall, and he's decided to spend his summer at music camps and learning how to be in a marching band, starting in the next few weeks. In fact, he just got back from Foster Music Camp at EKU, receiving instruction on bass clarinet, which is the instrument that he's played since 5th grade. And in addition, then, he'll be joining the Frederick Douglass High School Band, and we'll spend 3 weeks here in the next few weeks at rehearsals before school starts back in mid-August. And Gates is so excited about this challenge and opportunity we are for him. It'll be fun to see him shine. That said, I have a funny budgeting story that happened this week with Gates. We all know that we're supposed to save for summer vacations and camps for the kids, right? Well, but even Dave, the financial planner, can get blindsided when I realized that band camp just started up and Gates had turned in his rental instrument on the last day of school. So off we went to the music store a few days ago for a bass clarinet. And I'll be honest, he's been playing this instrument since 5th grade. So I had no idea about the economic price structure of bass clarinets. Back when the band director told Gates he thought he'd be good at that instrument and that they needed a player to play it. And then when Gates made All-Star Band, I thought that other parents were giving me that knowing smile, and I thought, wow, they're just impressed by my kid and his performance. But now I know those smiles of knowing were all about what I'm about to do, which is invest a small fortune into my son's musical career. Seriously, this felt like walking into a boat show, this music store, well, they tell you that the $250,000 boat can be yours for monthly payments of $350 for only 480 months. Think about it. There's a lump sum at the end, too. Well, the store had in stock a bass clarinet, much like the ones Gates had played in middle school, that was available to rent or buy. And I thought I was looking at maybe $500 or $1,000. No. Try $3,600. I said to Gates, I love you, son, but really? I asked the salesman if he had any used bass clarinets, and he said no. Of course they didn't, but they tended to hold their value anyway. And when I asked how long the instrument would last for Gates, he replied that it should be good for a couple years. If I had dentures, they would have flown out at this point. So then what's next? I mean, this time, maybe I'm thinking, like, the next time I have to buy a bass clarinet, maybe it's $5,000 or $6,000 instrument when it's time to upgrade. Well, the guy here at the music store told me, no, add a 1 to that number. The bass model alone's $13,000. After scraping my jaw off the floor, I looked at Gates and I said, so in a couple of years, you want a car or a bass clarinet? And he said, can I just tell you in a couple of years? Faced with the decision about buying an instrument that he may need to upgrade in a couple of years anyway, I decided that the best bet was to rent this one for $87 a month, including a $4 lost and damaged stolen protection. That's very important, especially with 3 boys. As he rang us up, the nice music man at the store did tell us that if Gates can continue to progress with the bass clarinet and become a professional musician, he'll be in a strong position to play for the rest of his life. And apparently, there aren't many bass clarinetists. So if you're decent, you can pretty much have a job in the symphony of your choice. Well, that's good to hear, but it didn't make me feel any better or any more enthusiastic about potentially spending the equivalent of what would have been a really sweet first car on a bass clarinet. But it's a passion for Gates, and who knows where this could take him. I know parents whose kids are in baseball and other sports that travel around and come with equipment costs. And I know it's hard on you too, but this was quite the wake-up call that music can add up just as fast as those other things. Another funny side note, my youngest, Michael, who's 6, was along for the shopping trip when he spotted an airboard junior that he just had to play. Dad, today my life has changed for the better, he announced. Gates has a bass clarinet, Ridley plays violin, and now I can play this. And it's one of these airboards that looks like a piano you hold up to your mouth. I certainly had to laugh. Well, my message today, folks, is that as you blow your summer budgets on the metaphorical bass clarinets in your life, remember that it happens to all of us, even financial planners. So if you have had some unforeseen expense arise this summer, please just feel free to give us a call. We'll help you adjust the rest of your budget so your overall plan can stay on track. And heck, let's compare stories. Until next time.